Hey everybody, and welcome back to the channel. This is the Delivery Whiz. You can see where we're at. We're at the famous Welcome to Las Vegas sign, although half of it isn't lit. So you can lose all your money here, but you definitely can't get a decent picture or shot with the sign because it's not repaired. So we are here to do a 2-hour shift on DoorDash and UberEats to see how much we can make. We're going to come down here every Saturday for the rest of the summer, I think, and we're going to start a new series for Saturday nights on this channel called No Tip on the Strip, and we're going to see how much we can make in 2 hours. It is a little bit after 10 p.m. local time, so DoorDash would let us have a slot until midnight. We haven't turned on UberEats at all, so we are going to go ahead and get started, but I have to make a little drive to the spot on Covell and Tropicana that I like to sit to receive orders. I hope you enjoyed this new series, and remember, there is no tip on the strip on DoorDash or UberEats. These people will not give you a tip, at least my experience, and I'm going to share with you live. I'm not going to edit any of this nonsense out. And believe me, airplanes are flying over because we're right next to the airport and there's road noise, so I sure hope this comes out pretty good. Let's go get our first order. Hey everybody, sorry for this interruption of No Tip on the Strip episode 1, but there has been some problems with production, namely the delivery not whiz at production or something. We had some technical difficulties, and sorry again for the interruption at the beginning of the video. I needed to explain before you watched any further. The video is sort of not complete. I was trying to separate the sound into my phone versus the camera when I was at the Las Vegas sign, and I lost all that audio somewhere, and the audio that I did have sounded like crap. So I had to ditch the beginning where I drive from the Las Vegas sign to Covell and Tropicana. I also lost, or I guess I don't think that I didn't record it, I just don't know what happened as far as the end of the video where I take the order and drop it off. I don't close out the video with totals or anything, so I do apologize for that. I will add a makeshift ending. Alright, let's try this again. As you can see, just like the last time I did this video, although this be it a new series starting episode 1 of No Tip on the Strip, we're at the corner of Covell and Tropicana. You can see MGM over there. You can see Tropicana, which is going to probably be a baseball, Major League Baseball field in the coming years by 2027, they say. And then, you know, Delano. It's a good place to sit because you can sit here. Otherwise, I don't know of any other place on the strip you can really sit. At the casinos, you can't. So this is the only place that I found so far that's pretty decent to wait for an order. There's helicopters flying over like Black Hawk Down, and it's a pretty busy gas station, obviously. And you're wondering, oh, it's crazy busy. No, this is just every night in Las Vegas, because every night is Friday night or Saturday night, whichever night you want it to be in your book. Here we are, 26 minutes in. Yes, we started 5 or 10 minutes late. It's almost 10:30. Let's see if I can zoom this in a little bit. No pings, and we're right on top of a hotspot, which is McDonald's, but we're not going to get an order from that McDonald's because there is no place to park for that place. No place. Although maybe we should try it. I don't know. I'm pretty reluctant because there is no decent instructions from DoorDash. I'm pretty reluctant because I don't believe there is any place to park there, and there's no decent instructions from DoorDash. So we'll probably skip that and not take it. So we wait for an order together. Okay, you saw that it said to park in the garage, but I discovered that that was going to be at least a 15-minute walk. So I double parked here on the curb, Left my friend in the car to babysit it, and we're off to Nacho Daddy. So I would not advise doing this by yourself because I am like double parked there. It's not advised. Could get towed. But you can see Nacho Daddy is right ahead. It was going to be the fastest way to get this order. The weird part is that this is not a strip delivery. This is an off-strip delivery. And I'm kind of surprised. Nacho Daddy is okay, but I'm not going to order it from the strip.
Heritage of it, and you're going to make this something completely
Thanks so much. Have a good night. That's good. Got the food, 3 big bags. Didn't take long. Now that we know we can park on this little thing here, if you have a friend, and it's a lot quicker. Otherwise, to park in the Miracle Mile parking garage, take the elevator up, then walk through all of Miracle Mile, it's going to take you an extra 15-20 minutes guaranteed. I know this because I visited the Miracle Mile many a times in my life. So this was definitely a help that I had a friend with. Otherwise, I probably would have not completed this order. And here's the EV. everybody, we delivered the Nacho Daddy, and yes, we went through the woods and over the river or whatever to grandmother's house. 1406. Unfortunately, on this episode of No Tip on the Strip, we got an $8 tip, but we did not deliver this to the strip. This was a mile and a half west of the strip, so I don't believe that counts. Nonetheless, we did make 14 bucks for about 40 minutes. Probably a couple minutes less, 36, 38. Not too shabby. Only lucky thing is I had a friend with me, like I said, when I was walking to get the food, to be able to park. Otherwise, the normal is directions, at least UberEats, I will say kudos. You give some directions on how to tackle this delivery, which is park, which is not free at the Miracle Mile. It is not free. They say the first hour, we're going to have to test that at some point because maybe that is true. And then we were able to complete this without having to park in the garage. But like I was saying, kudos to UberEats for giving some type of direction. It's helpful. Otherwise, you're struck. This place doesn't have its own parking lot. So keep that in mind when you're trying to deliver on the strip. I would not advise it, but maybe you're a little more daring than I am. Now we're going to drive back to the spot and see if we can pick up any more orders before this shift is over. All right, we got back to our spot and we got a ping from UberEats right away. 572 to go 3.7 miles. I got a screenshot up here so you can see. I rejected it. It was going to the UNLV campus. I'm not too familiar with over there. Is it on the second floor, the third floor, fifth floor? It's like a 6-story building for the students. So I said no. So right now we're just waiting for our next ping. It is 11:34. We've still done just one order on UberEats. It was the $14 and some change one. Maybe we'll get another one. Maybe we won't. We're going to be here for another 30 minutes to make it an even 2 hours. And then that'll conclude episode 1 of No Tip on the Strip. So we'll see what happens. Hopefully we get a ping here. As you heard, we just got a ping. Accidentally took it. 12 miles for $10 from a restaurant called Salute's. I think it's going to Fremont Street. Hopefully these people are going to be reasonable and meet me somewhere convenient to pick it up. Otherwise, you might see it on the street. we got the order from Saluteos, or however the blank you say it. It goes 9.5 miles from here. Gonna take about 17 minutes, $10. You're gonna be like, Wiz, why the heck would you take this? It's the end of this episode of No Tip on the Strip. It was something. We weren't getting bombarded with a lot. So once we finish this, that's gonna be the end of the video. We'll wrap up the totals. It's gonna be pretty easy to figure out, 24, 25 bucks for 2 hours. Not great, but it brought you a video. We were on the strip just like I promised, and we're starting this new series off with a bang. No tip, no strip. Yes, I'm not gonna strip if you don't give me no tip. Yeah, no. So what I really meant to say is no tip on the strip. You know what I meant. Not that I was gonna strip for tips. I mean, I will, but that's another topic for another day. So we're gonna deliver this. So let's go. Alright, we just finished up with this delivery. It went 12 miles from the south point of the strip to the northeast part of town. Paid $10 and some change. I don't think the total is irrelevant right now. I mean, I think the total is irrelevant right now. The total for the 2-hour shift, the tip on the first order from Nacho Daddy was increased from $8 to $14. So the total for both was $29.79. So we'll just round up to $30 for the 2 hours on the strip. And again, I apologize for the break in the video. I'm trying to patch it up with this. But next week on Saturday, we will definitely have our technical difficulties fixed. And please look forward to that episode. Tomorrow, Sunday, is going to be episode 1 of Spark Sunday, or Sunday Spark, or something to that line. No, Spark Sunday is what I'm probably going to call it. So please tune in for that. And always take care of yourselves and each other. And peace to everyone. So we just finished that delivery from the south side of the strip. So basically like Russell and South Las Vegas Boulevard. We took it 12 miles to the northeast part of town, past Fremont Street and East Bonanza and 95, 215, or what is it? Anyways, we took it from South Las Vegas Boulevard to the northeast part of town, 12 miles. I was trying to work the strip and stay around that area. And this is the part of these gig apps that really get annoying sometimes, is I wasn't getting a lot of offers on a Saturday night to start with. And when I take one, it takes me 12 miles away from my original spot. Now you have to deadhead back. So you have to drive back to that spot with nothing for $10. Or you can try to take something from UberEats, and you're never going to get back down to that spot. So if that is like your favorite spot, you're going to be forced away from it on UberEats and DoorDash all the time. And it's frustrating. So if I would have continued to work, I could have worked on UberEats for the rest of the night. It would have drove me further east and further north. And I know this from experience from when I first started, long before I started this YouTube channel, that They will guide you all over the place. Is it good sometimes? Yes. They keep you busy, so I'm not going to complain about that. But tonight, for sure, if I wasn't wrapping up, I would have been a little upset, and I probably wouldn't have taken that order, to be honest. It was a lot of miles for $10. The good news is that it was all highway except for 3 miles. So it's not horrible. So just keep that in mind. What I'm trying to say is I think they should limit, like, if you want to order from this place 5 mini tacos and a drink, and it's over 10 miles, either A, pay a premium to the driver driving it, or don't let them order from it. That is why I'm adding this additional video to this. I just want to point that out, is how I feel about that situation. Why don't you let me know in the comments below how you feel about that, and that'd be great. But for me, I think they should limit it like a 7-8 mile radius, or be ready to give you a boost or a bonus for driving longer orders like that. It's not going to break these companies, and it could very well make it nicer for the driver. And always take care of yourselves and each other, and peace to everyone.